Luminous Avenger X is a 2D action platformer and Copen plays like the same in Azure Striker Gunvolt 2, except it's better here. The loop is addictive. You dash into walls, floors, or enemies to tag them while reloading your bullets. You can stay airborne forever if you keep bouncing off enemies, which feels incredible. Once they're tagged, your shots home in automatically. Pretty sick. Double tap the down button to reload your bullets, which lets you dash again. Your bullets also act like a shield. If you get hit, they deplete. Once they're empty, that's when you actually take damage. I love how the level design is entirely focused on Copen's dash and bounce gimmick. The aesthetic is duller and more mechanical. The whole world looks like a dump, which makes sense since Samurai actually succeeded in their world conquest. Alright, the story. It starts in a destroyed city where AI robot soldiers were wiping out humans. And yeah, Copen... Apparently it's been over 100 years that Copen is somehow still alive. Makes you think. By the way, Luminous Avenger X? Who even says that? I can't imagine a villain going, "Oh no, it's the Luminous Avenger X." Yeah, okay. And X? That's cutting it real close. Oh hey there, X from Mega Man X. Anyway, you blast through a level with perfectly placed enemies built for chaining movement and destruction. It feels even cooler than the previous games. Anyway, stuff happens. A cool boss named Blade almost kills Copen, but he's saved by Kohaku. There's a great detail here. If you use the talk feature, Kohaku and the kids notice that Copen never eats. Foreshadowing. Great touch. I love it. Anyway, Copen explains to the kids that he and Lola are looking for the butterfly effect, which it's harder if you played Azure Striker Gunvolt 2, so it's definitely a must play in order to sink more into despair. So yeah, Copen does his thing, destroys everything, clears stages, and feels like the coolest fucking being alive. Eventually, he reaches the butterfly effect, and here's the big reveal. The massive brain controlling adepts worldwide. It's Meteor, Copen's little sister. Holy shit, she's been stuck like that for over 100 years. That's dark as hell. Copen destroys her and she thanks him. God, that's heartbreaking. Copen looks for the one true cause of this, and it's revealed to be that guy from Azure Striker Gunvolt 1, Asimov, and yet he calls himself Demerzel because something Asimov took the identity of the AI Demerzel or something. It turns out this timeline takes place in the bad ending of the first game. Now you might wonder what Copen did for those 100 years. He didn't just let Sumeragi run wild. He's been fighting a losing guerrilla war for a century. Just one man and one AI against a global empire. He was essentially failing for 100 years until he met Kohaku. He's a failed hero. It adds a lot of weight to why he's so attached to Kohaku and the kids. They are his first win in a century. Once you beat Asimov, he shoots a laser into Copen's eye, revealing that he's been a cyborg this whole time. Now it makes sense why he survived 100 years and doesn't eat. He spent a century replacing his human parts with machinery. It makes you wonder, is that even still Copen or just a machine carrying his will? So fucking cool, man. To save humanity, Copen had to give up his own. The coolest part of the fight is the visual effect. Because of the damaged eye, the screen glitches with static and you see flashes of Meteor. Still heartbreaking. Asimov pulls a cheap shot, taking down Copen and Lola, but Kohaku hears Lola's song and steps in to save them. God, I love this game. I've seen critics complain about Copen's character inconsistency, but honestly, it makes sense. You spend your life basically immortal only to realize you were right all along, that adepts would destroy everything. That's not something you celebrate, that's something that breaks you, man. He's not happy he was right. He's goddamn depressed. Kohaku and the kids are the only things keeping him connected to his humanity. His first win over a century, a place where he thought there was none anymore, and a reason to keep fighting. And honestly, that's great. Anyway, this game is my favorite of all the Gunvolt games. Noticed how I talk so much more about the story than the game, because the story is fucking awesome as hell, and so is the gameplay.